Hi guys, Sandra here of Low Calorie Lifestyle. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be showing you how to make cheap and easy weight loss mashed potatoes. Yes, these mashed potatoes will help you to lose weight. They help me to go from a size 14 down to a size 4. That is what I am wearing today. This cardigan is a Land's End extra small, and I have a size small. It's kind of like a dress blouse here in a size, like a size small from 9 West. And all of these clothes are from Kohl's. And if you want to see what I used to look like before I made these delicious mashed potatoes, you can check out my previous YouTube videos. So I just want to give people a few seconds to kind of hop on here, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to hit the like button. I'm planning on sharing a lot more recipe videos, and I think that's pretty much all I have for my intro. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on my mashed potatoes. I'm going to be making them today on this induction, but you can easily make them on the stovetop. I make them on the stovetop pretty much every single day, but for the purposes of this video, we're just gonna go with the induction today. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys everything that I'm gonna put into my mashed potatoes today. And this is literally my lunch, and we're gonna make my lunch together. You can vary this any which way you want to, but if you want to make these just like I'm making them today, or very similarly to how I'm making them today, the recipe is for you down in the description box below. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn on my induction here, and we're going to start this recipe off with 2 cups of water right here. So I'm going to show you guys, like I said, how quick and easy these are to make and how cheap they are to make these potatoes. So I just poured in the 2 cups of water. Next, I'm going to add in my mushrooms because these take the longest to cook. So I've got 5 or 6, I think I've got 6 actually, just chopped mushrooms right here. And I just love to get these from the grocery store, bring them home, clean them, chop them up, and throw them in my food. They're absolutely delicious this way. They're delicious roasted. I will do that too. So I'm just throwing in my chopped mushrooms. And next, I'm gonna throw in about 15 cherry tomatoes. And you can use regular tomatoes for these mashed potatoes as well, okay? So you can just take 2 or 3 large tomatoes and just kind of roughly chop them and then throw them in here. And then you guys saw in my last video that I just use canned tomatoes. I do that all the time as well. You can just do that instead of having cherry tomatoes, you can do that too. But I really like fresh tomatoes because they add just so much deliciousness to my mashed potatoes, and I just love how they cook up, and I'll mash them down, and they're just so good. So I've got about 15 of those that I just added in. And then next, I'm going to add in some dehydrated onions right here. So I get my dehydrated onions from either Costco or Sam's Club, and I use these a ton. Of course, you can also use just regular real onions, and those would work great as well. But I love these because they're easy to have on hand in the pantry, and they will just rehydrate. So I'm going to put a good amount in. You want to put in however much you want, and there's no like specific amount or anything like that. I'm guessing I put in probably somewhere around maybe 3 tablespoons, maybe 1/4 of a cup, somewhere around there. And so I'm going to go ahead and give this a quick stir. And then next I'm going to start adding in my spices. And so as far as spices go, I've got some sage here. And I tried to include spices today. Stop focusing. Okay, here we go. I've got sage, and I tried to include spices today that I thought you guys would easily be able to get at the grocery store. I know in my last video I had some Frontier spices. I had their pizza seasoning, and I might have had one other one that is a little bit harder to get. You're probably not going to find it in your local grocery store. You might, but I know I had to get it on Vitacost because I couldn't find it in my local grocery store. but I wanted to include spices today that I thought everyone could find pretty easily in their area. So smage, sage is delicious and it smells fabulous, and it's one of those classic Thanksgiving type spices, so, or herbs. So I'm gonna throw some of that in here, and you're gonna put in just as much as you want. All right, there's no like set measurement. You're really going to just make these to your palate, to your liking. And next I'm gonna put in some thyme right there. And so I'm just going to be really generous with the thyme. Thyme is delicious. And as you can see, we're not playing any games when it comes to spices. We are really being very generous with the spices, because that is what, that's where we're gonna get a lot of flavor. From the spices, from the fresh vegetables, and from the lemon juice. We're not gonna be adding butter and cream cheese and milk and salt into these mashed potatoes, which of course completely defeats the purpose. You're not going to lose any weight. You're going to end up gaining weight if you put all those things in your mashed potatoes. We're adding in delicious spices and herbs and healthy ingredients with some lemon juice, and these are just going to be so healthy and so flavorful and delicious. And I can smell the cumin. So it smells so good. I use tons of cumin in my food. And this is just organic cumin, and I'm gonna put a generous amount of that in as well, because I love cumin. And so I'm just gonna give us a mix once again and get things incorporated. And next I'm going to add in this 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's. Now you can get this from either Costco or Trader Joe's. At Costco lately, I have not been able to find it, unfortunately. So every time I go, I do look for it. So I hope they haven't taken it away from the Costco stores in our area. I'm hoping that they will bring it back. I used to have no problem finding it, but I have heard that they occasionally do take this away. I know that Mary McDougall talked about how she used to be able to get it at her Costco. Now she has to buy it on Amazon. So maybe I'll have to do that, and I won't be able to get it from Costco anymore, but you can find this at Trader Joe's. So maybe I'll just do that and just continue getting it at Trader Joe's from now on. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm gonna go ahead and add in a generous amount of this 21 seasoning salute from Trader Joe's. It's basically the same or very similar to the one at Costco. So I'm just throwing that in. And as you can see, this has already started to boil, and this takes no time at all to cook. The tomatoes are going to cook very quickly, and the mushrooms, you just want them to be cooked to your likeness, however done you want your mushrooms. If you want them softer, if you want a little bite to them, it's really up to you. And so yeah, I've got this going. It's going to cook very quickly. Next, I'm going to add in the juice from half a lemon. And now with this recipe, as I've said before, you can change it 1,000 different ways. You can do whatever you want with this recipe and add in whatever kind of spices you want or anything like that. I've got a chili type recipe that is mashed potatoes that's going to be coming soon to you. And I've also got like a Thanksgiving stuffing flavored mashed potatoes recipe that I'm working on tweaking right now. But the thing that you don't want to do is don't leave out the lemon juice. It's not overly powerful in any way, shape, or form, but I always notice when I don't have lemon juice. So it just gives this beautiful background flavor all throughout your potatoes that I find I definitely miss if it's not in my potatoes. So I am putting in the juice from half a lemon. And I juice my lemons really well. I don't just like give it a little squeeze or anything like that. I make sure that I can get every possible drop pretty much from that half of a lemon. So now I'm just gonna give everything a stir here. And I'm just waiting now for my tomatoes to kind of cook through, and some of them are already bursting. So that's how fast this goes. And the mushrooms are cooking through. And so while I let this go just a little bit, I want to talk to you just a little bit about how I am planning on keeping those holiday pounds at bay. All right, so I am gonna have some indulgences this holiday season, right? So I'm gonna be eating Thanksgiving and Christmas and special meals for birthdays. We have a couple birthday celebrations that are coming up next month, and then there's New Year's, and then there's the little things in between, right? Where we're making Christmas cookies and things like that. So I am going to be enjoying those things, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be working on adding in more fruits and vegetables into those meals overall, into Thanksgiving meals, into the Christmas dinner, and into what we're having for birthday celebrations or whatever. So I'm going to be adding in more fruits and vegetables and incorporating those where I can to really fill up more on those things and desire less those other things that are more indulgent. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be working to like kind of healthify those things where I'm able to by using healthier ingredients and vegan ingredients and things like that. So I'll be using vegan butter instead of regular dairy butter, and I'll be doing those things where I can. So I'm going to be doing that as well. And I'm also just not going to put a ton of pressure on myself to lose a lot of weight because I know it's the holidays, and I will just get right back to things in January. But I would say for the most part, I want to keep my diet over the next couple of months pretty much 90 to 95% plant-based, and then enjoy those treats about 5 to 10% of the time. And that is how I am planning on keeping those holiday pounds at bay and even losing a little bit of weight. The last time I updated you guys, I weighed 142 pounds, and today I stepped on the scale and I weighed 141.8 pounds. And if you guys have been following my journey, you know that by the end of this year, I would like to weigh 139 pounds. So I'm not too far away from that, and I'm hoping to get there by the end of December. So I'm hoping to get to the end of December and not gain weight, but instead to lose just a few more pounds to get to my goal weight of 139 pounds by the end of 2022. And then I'll let you guys know my fresh goals and everything for 2023. That'll be coming up at the end of next month. So yeah, now I'm gonna go back to my potatoes, and everything looks like it's done. So obviously I don't have any potatoes in here yet, but my tomatoes are pretty much done, and my mushrooms look like they're cooked through. So yeah, my potatoes are nice and squishy. So I'm just gonna kind of mash them just a little bit here. And that's what I like to do. I like to mash them up a bit so that the seeds come out, and they kind of help to thicken up my potatoes just a little bit more. And so yeah, everything looks like it's done. It smells fabulous. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my induction now, shutting that off. And I'm gonna add in my potatoes now. So as you guys might know, I use Bob's Red Mill potatoes. So I get these on Vitacost, and I can't find them in the regular grocery store. I told you guys in my last video that I was gonna look for them at Woodman's, a local grocery store to me. I went there and I couldn't find them anywhere. They have 800 Bob's Red Mill products all over their store, right? But they had no Bob's Red Mill potato flakes. We could not find them anywhere. So the only place that I've been able to find them, like I said, is on Vitacost, but they're out of stock on Vitacost, and I haven't been able to catch them back in stock. So I found a plan B, and I don't have to show it. I have it here to show it to you today. I went to Whole Foods and I tried their potato flakes. I believe it's just their 365 potato flakes. I bought one box and brought that home. It was only $2.49, and they were fantastic. They tasted delicious. All that was in that box was just dehydrated potatoes. So that is going to be an alternative, and I wanted to let you guys know in case you're looking for them and can't find them in the store or online either, because I checked at other places online as well, and they were basically out of stock everywhere. So the 365, Whole Foods 365 dehydrated potato flakes are great, and you can go ahead and use those. So today though, I am going to use the Bob's Red Mill because I've got lots of bags of these still, and I just never want to run out. So as soon as they come back in stock, I will be purchasing more. Plus they have them cheaper than I can find them anywhere else on vitacost.com. They're $3.69 typically when I purchase them, and then there's always like a coupon discount code out there for like 15% off or 20% off of food or something like that. So I get them even cheaper. So I'm going to add in now 1 heaping cup of these potatoes to my pan here. So here we go, adding this in. And you're going to see how this all comes together very quickly. And if you would like them to be a little bit more soupy, feel free to add in less potatoes. And if you want them to be even thicker, feel free to add in a little bit more potatoes. So you can do whatever you want. Potatoes are extremely healthy. I know I had somebody comment that they'd never heard that potatoes were healthy and you're supposed to be staying away from potatoes, but that is just not true, right? Everyone thinks that potatoes are bad for you. You can't eat potatoes. You can only have potatoes for special meals or to indulge or something like that. But the potatoes are truly not the enemy. It's all of the butter and the bacon bits and the cheese and the sour cream and all of the naughty things that we put on the potatoes that are causing the weight gain, that are causing us to store all that fat in them as fat on our body. So it's not the potatoes, and I'm definitely proof of that, and I wish I had known that and gotten that into my brain a long time ago, because then I wouldn't have spent over 20 years overweight. So yeah, I'm glad I know this now, and it is just making such a difference in my life, and I'm just so much healthier and so much happier now that I know how to lose weight and the secret to weight loss and what works for me and for my body, and I know that it can work for you too. All right, so that's it. These potatoes are done. So see how fast that was? So quick and easy. And this looks like a lot, right? Because it is. And I'm going to eat this all by myself. This is my lunch, my meal. And so it's going to be filling, it's going to be delicious. People think that when you eat low calorie and you eat low fat, that you barely get to eat any food and you're just eating salads all the time. And that is just absolutely not true. If you want to eat salads, go ahead. I mean, you're going to be hungry probably 30 minutes later, an hour later, that's fine. Or you can do it like a lot of the plant-based people do, and they really bulk up their salads with potatoes, sweet potatoes, and beans, and you can do that, and then you can make that a lifestyle, and that works great by adding in the starches that you need to stay full to your salads. But I'm not a big salads person. I love salads. I love when my husband takes the time and makes a big salad for us, and we enjoy that. But overall, I'm a mashed potatoes girl, and I'm gonna be eating these probably for the rest of my life because they're so good and so flavorful, and I can eat them every single day, and I can make them, like I said, 1,000 different ways. So I have a lovely bowl with a bed of lettuce here, and I'm gonna go ahead now, and I'm just gonna put my potatoes on top of my lettuce, and I'm gonna show you guys just how much potatoes we made today and just how filling this is going to be. This is full of fiber and water and nutrients, and it's going to keep me full until dinner when I make more mashed potatoes. And I'll make my mashed potatoes just a little bit different later on, and they're going to be filling and delicious and fabulous. And now this has plenty of protein and plenty of the nutrients that I need, but if you did want to bulk it up with some more protein, then feel free to add in some black beans or some pinto beans, or just top it with some black beans or pinto beans, because as you can see, we're not going to be topping it with any gravy or anything like that. However, if you do have a low fat, low calorie, low sodium gravy, feel free to use that, or any toppings that you want to use that are low fat, low calorie, and low sodium, go for it. These are packed with nutrition and tons of flavor already, but if you want to top them with something else, because you know we're used to topping our mashed potatoes with gravy, then go for it. And I definitely recommend going ahead and doing that. Whatever makes you really love and enjoy your food, your healthy food, go for it and do that. As long as it is healthy, then I say enjoy it, because we have to enjoy our food, right? That is the key, enjoying our food. And so here we go. Here is what the finished potatoes look like. As you can see the mushrooms, you can see the tomatoes, all the spices, and you can see how full my bowl is. My bowl is super full. This is very heavy, but I'm not done yet. So I'm gonna put this aside here. And I am gonna just top this with a little bit of fennel seed, because I heard that fennel seed is good for digestion. So I really enjoy topping my potatoes with fennel seed. So I'm just gonna top them with a little bit of fennel seed. And then this afternoon / morning, 11, 12 o'clock, I was making lunch for my kids, and I was using the oven, so I decided to just roast up some zucchini for myself while I was making their food in the oven. So I'm just gonna top my potatoes with some zucchini today. So I'm just gonna throw this on top and just kind of spread it around. As you can see, I've got a really full bowl here, and this makes me very happy and very excited. I love eating, and this is gonna be so much fun to eat and enjoy. I'm gonna actually add a little bit more fennel seed to my potatoes, and here we go. Here is the finished product, and here is my lunch today. So yeah, that is it. And that is how you make cheap and easy weight loss mashed potatoes. If you guys try these potatoes, let me know down in the comment section below, and let me know your tips for being healthy, staying healthy during the holiday season, and what you're gonna be doing. And that's all I've got for you today. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I hope that you are doing well, and I hope that you are doing well on your weight loss journey. You can do it, and I'm here to help you, and I will be back next time with more recipes. Bye-bye.